People today are completely fried. We wake up and check our phones the second we wake up. We check them in bed, we check them in the bathroom, at work, between tasks, during conversations, and even when we're supposed to be focusing on the one thing that would actually move our life forward, and that is work. Our brains today are getting trained to live on quick dopamine, a notification, a scroll, text, reel, a hit of novelty every couple of minutes. And after a while, it gets hard for people to even sit still and do nothing for an hour without even feeling like you need to check something in your pocket. It's crazy how that is just normalized now. Being distracted is normal. Picking up your phone over 150 to 200 times per day is normal. Trying to work while your attention gets pulled into 20 different directions at the same time is normal. So I started thinking to myself, what if I actually track that myself? What if I stopped guessing how focused I am and instead I build something that shows me exactly how I spend my time? So I had an idea. What if I built an app that can track myself sitting down at my computer screen using my webcam that is constantly tracking my head movements and how long I'm staring at my screen? And by the way, that is me, if you couldn't tell by my horrible drawings. And what if the app we built was using advanced camera tracking mechanics to track when I turn my head away from the screen and when I open my phone? And to make things juicier, what if when I did that, it charged my credit card $1? So like that, if my credit card was being charged $1, I would be way more hesitant to just pick up my phone while I'm working. And at the same time, we can track our productivity percentage and see how long we're actually looking at our screen, and at the same time, count the amount of times I blink. And by the way, if this video gets 200 likes, I will take drawing lessons, I promise you. So let's go right on to Orchids, and we're gonna ask it quite simply, make me a face tracking system using my Okay, well, we just sent a funny prompt, but realistically, the agent's gonna understand what we're trying to do, and hopefully it builds us something that is functional. Okay, so we're back on the camera tracker now, and I could essentially see no camera tracking at all. And is that because please allow camera access or refresh? So let's refresh the app, see if it's gonna. So we're gonna go ahead and ask it to add hand tracking, audio tracking, face tracking, all with toggles. So it's been about an hour of me debugging this and getting it to work. And I just got a little bit carried away because this is just too much fun. I feel like Tony Stark being able to program stuff, and I do not have any programming knowledge, but let me just show you what I built so far. I built basically this thing that tracks everything, right? So I could track my face, my hands, my body even. So even if I go ahead and stand up here, you can see my whole body, which is insane. I mean, I didn't even know this was possible to begin with. And so my hands are being tracked. Essentially, if I also look away from the screen, it's supposed to also track. So every time I look away from the screen, it basically, you see that like yellow overlay. And then I also added this like stats bar here where I could like track things. So every time I blink, you see that red overlay, I could blink and then it's tracking how many blinks I have. And it's also tracking my screen time focus over here. So that's kind of what we wanted to do. We wanted to build an app that can kind of work in the background while you're working and basically track how productive you are. I don't want to give any startups any ideas because, I don't know, maybe this could be kind of interesting. I did also get a little carried away and I added some extra features just to make this experience a little bit more fun. I added these orbs here that I could literally just go ahead and grab with my fingers and just pinch and grab them around. And I literally just had to prompt the AI being like, hey, when I pinch my fingers, allow me to like control these orbs. And it literally did it for me. So like I'm able to just go ahead and grab these orbs, which is like insane. I feel like Tony Stark right now. I also thought to myself, like, I do not own Apple Vision Pros, and maybe this might be for another video, but look what I was able to do. I would just put up a peace symbol like this, and then a browser shows up, and I'm able to even make this browser a little bit bigger. Dude, like, can you believe I did this? Like, I actually could not believe I was even able to do this in the first place. So I'm able to like resize the window, and I'm also able to go ahead and just grab the window and drag it around. Obviously, I've only did this within like the last hour, but if I spent more time building this, this could be a product in itself. Obviously, there's a lot more work to be done on the cursor side, but if you guys do want to see a video where I kind of try to build something out like this, also let me know. And I think to close it up, all I got to do is also put up a peace sign. So that's literally all I had to do. Peace sign to open it, or yeah. It only works when my thumb is out for some reason, but like, yeah, look. So peace sign opens the window, and then peace sign again. Oh, peace sign again. Oh, see, it doesn't always work, but I could obviously spend more time trying to fix this up. Come on. Okay, there you go. Let's go and enable the phone overlay and see if it works. So right away, I enabled it and it's working. So here is able to detect my phone. And so if I look away from the screen, which actually, no, let me turn on the face thing here. So I look away from the screen and I have my phone in my hands. The goal here is that when the screen turns yellow and my phone signals here with this purple signal, it's gonna charge my credit card $1. So I went ahead and I set up a product on my Stripe account, and all we have to do now is connect our Stripe API over to Orchid's, and all we have to do is send it our API key, and the agent is gonna go ahead and integrate the payment system. So I went ahead and I gave it my Stripe API key and my product ID. And so we also mentioned that let's charge my credit card $1 automatically when I look away from the screen, which is the yellow overlay. And my phone is also recognized in the frame as well, which is, all right, so let's send in that prompt and see what we get. So the Orchid's agent is telling me here that I'm not able to automatically charge my credit card, which kind of makes sense because I feel like a user has to opt in for that. So let's go ahead and ask it if there's a way for me to opt in and basically pay for, I guess, put in my credit card into Stripe. And then afterwards, it has the right to bill me whenever it wants. All right. We're just going to tell it that, let's go ahead and begin the process. And I just want to opt into this ASAP so that I can basically just use this tool to my advantage. Because if I use my phone less, I'm going to get more work done, and it'll just make everybody's life better. All right, so the opt-in flow apparently was added. Let's go ahead. Well, first of all, let me just disable all this because I look kind of crazy. Let me click opt-in, and this looks kind of good. Okay, so it wants me to put in an email. It's a consent form, I understand. And then if I click continue to Stripe, let's just see what happens. Missing Stripe secret key. Okay, so it looks like I gotta add it, which I thought I did before, but anyways, let's go ahead and do that again. So we're gonna ask it to add a notifier that says, once I opt in with my credit card, it basically says opted in. And then essentially we can start doing the test of once I look away and, we're gonna have to create some sort of function that automatically charges my credit card. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this out. I mean, opt in, if I add in my email here, before I test this out, I'm just going to go ahead and generate a commit message, and let's go ahead and push this code over to GitHub. Let's also go ahead and deploy this in a single click to Vercel. And then we're going to go ahead and test this out in another window because I think for Stripe to actually load properly, this has to be deployed and opened on the actual link. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that this is deployed, let's go ahead and close the other one. And I'm going to try this out right now on this actual live deployment. So let's go ahead and opt in, and then I'm going to put in my email. I guess I'm consenting at this point to let the system charge my credit card $1. And we're not doing test payments. We're going to be using $1 real life payments for the sake of this video. So I better not look at my phone that much, and it better not spaz out, because if it does, I might have a really big hole in my pocket. But it's only $1, so we could always just turn it off. But let's go ahead and test this out. So I have my credit card in, and let's go ahead and click save and see what happens here. So we basically clicked save and it redirected us. And now there is a little thing down here that says opted in. So we've officially opted in with our credit card. So now we're gonna actually try and see if when I look away and my phone shows up, is it gonna charge my credit card? We're about to find out. Looking away, phone is pulled up at the same time. All right, I just tested it 3 times, so let's go ahead and see if it actually initiated any payments, which I don't think it did. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to make a few more adjustments on the logic side. So let's send that in and let's just see if we can get this to work. All right, so we're opted in. Now we're gonna go ahead and just try to see if this works. Phones in the view. Phones in view, I'm looking away. Okay, well, here we go. Now it's working. Boom, that's incredible. Okay, well, this works, guys. I mean, we made it. I mean, theoretically, we did make what we said we were gonna make. And if I go ahead and, so here it says that they're bundled up. So here it says, I basically owe the system $2. So if I go ahead and approve those $2, it basically charged my credit card twice. And let's go ahead and see if we could see those payments. And the payments hit, guys. We could see here, I am building the biggest SaaS ever. I think this SaaS might have a lot of potential here, guys. In all seriousness, it does say $2.71 because I forgot to turn off the taxes. So it is charging taxes on this purchase, but theoretically, this is working, guys. This fully works. I definitely think this is a pretty unique solution to a very complicated problem, and we're going to have to iterate a little bit more on this. So definitely leave a like and comment down below if you want to see a part 2 of this video. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys sticking around. And if you did, thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next video.